Well, certainly a busy week up in the port city of Oswego. Super Dirt Week is back after a one-year hiatus because of the pandemic.
All right, we want to bring in Oswego Mayor Billy Barlow to talk about that, maybe a couple of other things happening in the port city. Mayor, so good to see you again. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. Nice to see you.
So, Mayor, I've seen cars, crews, a lot of the fans are already rolling into town. Super Dirt Week's back. How big is it for Oswego to have this event, and what was it like not having it last year?
Well, it was a huge loss last year, on top of just being an exciting event where we have 40,000 people descend on the city for 4 or 5 days. It's about a $10 to $12 million injection of money into our local economy, and the people who come in from out of town and go to see the race over the weekend, they spend money in our diners, our restaurants, our stores, our delis. So it's an exciting time, and it's money well needed to come into the economy right now. On top of that, we're a racing town, so we love adding to the history by putting dirt on the asphalt track and making the Steel Palace the Dirt Palace once a year.
That's right, the Dirt Palace. Are you going to have the parade this year in the middle of the city to kick off Super Dirt Week? If you are, tell us about the details.
Sure, we have a very unique event. It's a parade full of race cars, and there's a lot of them. The interesting fact, the race cars have to travel over 30 miles an hour, otherwise they stall out. So we zip through town. We start out at the Oswego Speedway. I usually ride in the pace car, so I get to lead the way. And we go down East Ave to Utica Street. We go past City Hall on West 1st Street and then back out State Route 104. We encourage the elementary schools to bring out the school children for a half hour or so to get a glimpse of the cars. We have a lot of local residents and the out-of-town visitors who line the streets, and it's really an exciting time, and it's not every day you see huge dirt modified cars cruise down in the middle of our downtown and State Route 104. So it's unique, and then we have an official kickoff event following the parade, and then we start racing right away. And also Dirt does a nice job putting in concerts, DJing, and a lot of other events, not just racing, for people to enjoy throughout the week and weekend. So like I said, an exciting time, a busy time here in the city. You can feel the energy, and it'll only ramp up and increase as we get closer to the big race on Sunday.
Good to see Super Dirt Week back, but we've had 2 years in a row now where you just weren't able to pull off Harborfest. So how much is this kind of event, Super Dirt Week, needed both economically and psychologically for Oswego when your other big one just has not happened the past 2 years?
It just makes it that much more special and more exciting. As a city, we've tried to put on some additional events. We had the drone and fireworks show earlier this year. We had a carnival in Brightbeck Park that we've never had before. And we sprinkled in some other events like the Downtown Block Party. We have the upcoming Halloween Creepy Crawl, which is a haunted trail along the West Linear Riverwalk. So we're trying to make up for it. We're looking forward to Harborfest next year, but we just think it just brings that much more excitement, and certainly the small businesses here need the money brought in from out-of-town visitors coming to the racetrack. It's very welcome news. We're glad we were able to work with World Racing Group and Dirt Week to put it on this year, and the folks at Oswego Speedway. We look forward to a big event, but also a safe event. I know that we're stressing social distancing when possible. It's outdoors, which is certainly a plus, and just telling people to be smart while they're out and about in bigger crowds.
Right, and you also did the restaurant voucher program. Just love to hear an update on that. It was all to try and spur the economy. Did it work? How are businesses doing in Oswego?
I know businesses appreciated it. Consumers also appreciate it. You come into City Hall and our Economic Development Office, and if you put $25 down, you actually get $50 in value to be spent at nearby local participating restaurants and businesses. So it's essentially free money for residents and consumers, and also free money for the small businesses. And it's been very helpful. We've tried to do it at times in the year where business is slow to begin with, on top of COVID, just to try to ramp up some activity, and it's worked. We're looking forward to doing maybe at least one more round, I should say, this holiday season. We'll be rolling that out in a few weeks, but it's been a program that works, and you've seen some other counties, including Oswego, Onondaga, do the same type of program as well. So I think people all around the state are seeing results from such a program.
Mayor, let's just talk quick, update us on COVID here. How are you doing in the city? What's the vaccination rate? How do we get that vaccination rate bumped up?
Well, I was watching the piece that you ran just before this, and I think we're trying to encourage people to get vaccinated, of course, but I think a lot of it, at least from my perspective, is all about messaging. The CDC ran something the other day saying Thanksgiving should be remote, and then they kind of reversed, which not only is confusing, but I find it to be more effective to tell people what you can do if you get vaccinated, some of the type of events and activities we can return to if enough people get vaccinated. So things like our smaller indoor concerts that we haven't been able to have, and including City Hall and coming inside for tours during the Christmas tree lighting is an example. If enough people get vaccinated, we can bring back that popular tradition. And I think it's important to remind people of the things we still don't have. If you get vaccinated, you can get those back and you stand a better chance to experience those activities that we miss so much, rather than just saying what we can't do all the time. So we're working, the school district here is doing a nice job. We're trying to limit our new cases each and every day, and just trying to encourage people to get vaccinated and remind them what they can do once we get the rate high enough.
All right, Oswego Mayor Billy Barlow, thanks for joining us. Have fun tomorrow. I know you got to get the rust off the parade wave tomorrow as you lead off the parade.
That's right. Careful in that pace car.
You watch out there.
Thanks. I'm looking forward to it. It's a great weekend. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks, Mayor.
Thanks, Mayor.